and gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans! Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of the top stories that have happened this past week. I am your host, Eric. Main man right over there, Ron. How are you tonight? It's a difficult show. This is always our
that time of year.
We are going to give everyone out there a chance tonight to say goodbye for the final time in 2025 to all the athletes we lost this past year. So if you are joining us live, please chime in when you can to let us know once we go through those names, which will be towards the end of the show. So kind of a condensed show today. Because we've got a lot of names to definitely go through. And we're going to, special guest tonight, Kenny, going to join us. We're going to talk some NBA with Kenny for a little bit during the show today. But before we get started, Ron, let's thank those that are helping us continue to grow, and especially our good friends there in Providence, Rhode Island.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Sprout Co-working. For all your co-working needs, large or small, visit sproutcoworking.com.
And our good friends in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY FM. Thank you for the support. Thank you for putting us on every Saturday at 1 p.m. And our good friends in Southeast Connecticut, S6E1 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for putting us on every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. We appreciate the support there as well. Hopefully, we have some people join us live tonight and let us know what you think about some of the topics we covered, or if there's anything you want to talk about, let us know. And then obviously towards the end of the show, if there's anything you want to say about some of the athletes that we put in, you'll definitely be able to do that. So, stay tuned for this whole show. It's a really big one. And the prediction results are finalized. So Ron will discuss what I have to wear for the next show. So
you are not going to like it, man.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. But with that, Ron, are you ready to get this party started?
I sure am.
All right, let's talk about our New England Patriots for a little bit. Do you think the recent legal troubles of the New England Patriots will ruin their playoff chances? So Stephon Diggs is facing felony charges for strangulation of his former Dustin. Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you. And then Christian Barmore is facing misdemeanor charges of domestic assault and battery on the mother of his 2-year-old child. So apologize for life hitting me hard the past 2 weeks and not doing my part. Don't worry about it, brother. Whenever you get a chance. But Dustin, we always appreciate the loyalty to our show. So thank you for that. So Ron, is this a setback now for this team that was, looking so promising going into the postseason, that maybe they had figured some things out? Does this put a cloud over the team?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it could cause some issues, especially with the timing of everything. You're trying to get ready for the playoffs, and it's still not settled whether or not they're going to have a first round bye or not. Most likely they will end up having to play on, the first round of the playoffs, because I don't see Denver losing at home. And then you have to throw in all of this. It's with Barmore scares me a little more, mostly because it's domestic violence.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had issues on the way to the locker room last game, that is worrisome. And I've already feel like he's had his moments where Vrabel had to, bench him. And I feel like there's more tension there than what it seems to be.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I think Barmore is the one that could be disturbing. I
well,
don't really
Barmore's been,
see
yeah,
Stefan
Barmore's been in some legal issues before. I think Diggs is going to,
Yeah.
to Dustin's point, going to settle out of court. There are some questionable. The timing could be possibly if his arraignment is like a couple days before the AFC Championship. Barmore is like 5 days before the Super Bowl. So if they got there based on that, I will say they could get suspended.
Yeah.
Our good friend, though, Roger Goodell, we know how a big fan of the Patriots he is. He could technically utilize the commissioner's non-exempt, the exempt list, and place him on leave with pay, barring an investigation. So that's still out there and looming, and that's the part that scares me more than anything else. I think,
yeah, and that's the one that why I worry about Barmore. I think that one's a little more serious because it is domestic violence.
Well, believe it or not, that's a misdemeanor charge. Diggs is a felony charge.
Yeah, but I don't. For whatever reason, I'm not really worried too much about that one. I get it. Yes, it's bad. It's a bad look. But I just worry about the domestic violence more because there's more of a backlash for domestic violence.
Yeah, and it was funny. I read an article today, and they were talking about way back in the day, Christian Peterson. Or Peters.
Yes.
Christian Peters, right?
Christian Peters.
And how Myra Kraft at the time, she was alive, absolutely refused to have anybody on the team that was, involved in any domestic violence. Does that change now that, she's no longer around the organization? And how much does this take? I think my biggest fear is this, too, that it's a bad look for Vrabel in one aspect of he's saying that, it's an investigation. It's only allegations. They're going to be available to play this Sunday. But I don't know if that's a good look for the team. And that's my fear, is that he starts to lose some of that momentum that he had with this team and holding people accountable and making sure that they understood what they had to do to continue to win. These are things and situations that shouldn't be happening the last week of the season, right before you're getting into. I guess this Barmore thing happened in August.
Yeah.
And the team knew about it.
Yeah.
So that's another, like, why was this okay? And then why are the charges being brought up now after 4 months? So, again, a lot of this, like you said, the timing. I know, it's just odd.
It is. And look, I don't like it. And I know that, Bob Kraft has got to be sitting in his office, probably having a shot trying to figure out what the hell to do with this. I don't envy him in this.
Yeah, I don't want to make light of this, but I did have a buddy text me early in the week when the Diggs story broke, and he says maybe there's an Aaron Hernandez award in the Patriots organization for the worst. When you think about it, like, here we go again with some of these things, and again, it's not to the extreme that Aaron Hernandez was. So I'm not much more serious, but again, these are guys that should know better. They should know
Doesn't
better.
that make you appreciate Rob Gronkowski?
Now, right?
I mean, for the party animal that he is, the guy never got in trouble.
And that's what I say. Like, great point, Dustin. When Diggs came over to New England, all we've heard about is his leadership, what he's meant to the team, how he's been able to rally the troops, help Drake May, right? And just been a good team player. And then this happens. And, okay, so now he's maybe not a cancer in the locker room, but now he's going to be an off-the-field situation that's going to create more problems for this team
Right.
that they didn't need. And it's funny because all I thought about is when they said he caught that catch last week against the Jets, he has 500,000. I said, well, guess what? He's going to be paying his former chef, a little bit of that money. So good thing he got that
Probably
bonus,
all of that money.
right? So, this is the stuff that it just drives me crazy. Like, we are not talking about the New England Patriots in a playoffs scenario. We're talking about the New England Patriots. Could they be out of the playoffs based on this, right? One and done. Listen, I think he seemed to have changed. Barmore, to your point, has been a problem. I know he had the situation in Providence where he got stopped by the cops like 1 or 2 in the morning, in a bad neighborhood and whatever. But I think Vrabel has got to show. I wouldn't have played him Sunday, neither one of them. I mean, and then see what happens from there.
Yeah, it's gonna remain to be seen how they handle this. Look,
they already said they're both available. They both can play.
Well, that could be very well Vrabel trying to tell everybody they're available, but they may not play. If they don't play, then Vrabel is doing something. But if they play, then what's that send the message to? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of wish teams were more accountable. And yes, I know it's playoff time, but you got to do what you got to do as an organization.
Patriots could face the Bills, Dustin, in the first round. Again, though, I would say this: I saw a Patriot team that gave the game back. They should have won both of those games. So I'm not as concerned. Yes, Josh Allen hasn't performed in the postseason either. Or let me rephrase that: hasn't won in the postseason. He's actually played pretty well, but I'm not as worried about him. Believe it or not. I think they could be one and done because these players may not be available. I mean, the one positive, you're getting Will Campbell back and Milton Williams this week. So if you lose Barmore, but you get Milton Williams back, I mean, that's, to me, a wash, if not actually probably an upgrade.
It is. It's an upgrade. I think
so. Barmore does
Williams, especially when, at the beginning of the season, you can see him starting to blossom into a big time player for them. It's unfortunate that he got hurt, but I mean, if you're getting him back now, that's all right.
Dustin, incorrect. Joe Burrow knocked him out as well. That was the year that Patrick Mahomes didn't. Cincinnati beat Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So Josh Allen has lost to both of those guys in the postseason. And I'm not putting Drake May up there, but again, Drake May's playing at an MVP level. And if Drake May can make plays, and it would be in New England, that's a benefit too to New England, is that they would be playing at home. So, I mean, we'll see how this all works though. But Ron, let's talk about some games of interest for Week 18. I've got five games. First and foremost, we'll start with that Panthers-Bucks game. It's not even a winner take all, because I guess if the Falcons beat the Saints, even if the Panthers lose, then the Panthers get the spot. So the Panthers could still realistically lose this game and still get in the postseason.
Right.
Because all three teams will be 8 and 9.
Falcons have to lose in order for Tampa Bay to even have a shot. But Tampa Bay and Carolina play first. They play tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Both 2 games tomorrow. The Saturday games, the San Fran-Seattle game, and the Panthers-Bucks game is tomorrow. Dustin picking the Bills to come out of the AFC. All right.
That's what I said at the beginning of the year when we did the preview.
Yeah, that's Seattle San Fran game. Number 1 seed on the line. Seahawks still seem to, as much as I want to say Sam Darnold isn't a great quarterback. Listen, Sam Darnold's done it. He's done it 2 years in a row now. So if he could get that team to the number 1 seed, that's pretty impressive. Falcons have been eliminated from playoff contention.
You know, nobody's talked about him being.
If the Falcons, Dustin, the Falcons beat the Saints, even if the Panthers lose, then the Panthers get the spot. So it's not a winner take all for that division. The Ravens Steelers one is a winner take all.
Yes, it's all or nothing.
And Falcons don't have the tiebreaker over either, though. So yeah, the Falcons are out, but they could still help Carolina get in. If Carolina loses to Tampa Bay tomorrow and the Falcons beat the Saints, then the Panthers are the division winners.
Tampa Bay needs a win and a Falcons loss.
Yes. Kind of crazy, man. That Baltimore, there's a lot of intrigue in that game. Because we're talking coaches, we're talking Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, possibly his last game. A lot could happen based off the result of that game.
Yeah, and you got Pittsburgh. It doesn't exactly exude stopping the run. And you got Travis Henry sitting over there. That's a factor.
Derrick Henry. Travis Henry back in the old days.
I mean, not Travis or Derrick Henry.
Back in the old days. He was back in the old days with the Buffalo Bills. Wow, look at you. Yeah, I don't – listen, the fact that Mike Tomlin's job could be on the line, John Harbaugh's job could be on the line based on the result of this. Lamar is going to play. Who knows if he's 100%. He says he's 100% to go. Doesn't mean he's 100% healthy.
Right.
I do have that the Broncos Chargers game as well.
Yeah, Herbert isn't playing.
He is not, no. So that changes my thought process on that one.
Yeah, so, I mean, but I'm guessing that they're going to have Bo Nix play because they want that number 1 seed, and I don't blame them because the first round is going to be the toughest matchup in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because I think the better teams are actually sitting in the wild card spots.
Yeah, agreed. Listen, I think the Broncos' offense is not very good. And again, if you can put up 25 points, you got a shot at beating them. So that's where I think the Broncos may struggle in the postseason is that they're going to face teams like Josh Allen, Drake May, guys that can put up points.
It's like, you're looking at Denver, Jacksonville, and the winner of the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game are the division leaders, and that doesn't scare me at all.
Jacksonville's honestly played some really good football. I'm telling you.
I know
Houston,
that. But Houston
in the AFC scares me too, Dustin.
Houston, Buffalo, those teams scare me. And
I don't know, man.
Those 2 teams scare me because of their defense.
I think people are counting Jacksonville out, and I wouldn't. Cohen came over there, and he's done some things with Trevor Lawrence and made him an efficient quarterback.
Yeah.
That's sometimes coaching matters, and we saw it. Listen, the other game I have is that Lions at the Bears. And listen, the Lions are done, but the Lions blew out the Bears the last time they played them.
Yeah, and the Bears need this one.
Bears are going to want to win this game. And I think you start to see this, just what Ben Johnson's been able to do with the Bears in such a short amount of time. Jags still look good. They won at Denver. That was a big win at Denver, too. They again, 30-something points they put up.
Yeah.
Denver can't beat it. So I think those are my games of interest. Did you have anything else?
No, I had just those 4. The Detroit Bears game is kind of interesting. I mean, you're looking at games that have factors in other games.
Knowing Dan Campbell the way I know Dan Campbell, though, his teams are not going to just lay down and say screw it. And again, I think the Bears have a
But it feels
personal,
like they did this year.
yeah, but the personal vendetta against saying, "Hey, you beat us pretty bad last time. Now we figured some things out." So I think Ben Johnson is going to want to win this game more than anyone
Yeah.
else. Problem with the Bears game is the Eagles are safe Sunday, so the Bears lose there. Yeah, the
There's
Eagles.
a lot of intrigue. Look, some of these teams really need to get a win just to say that they can win going into the playoffs. I mean, you can't feel confident if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
No,
I don't. I don't. I think that might be the team in the NFC that has a real lot to lose. How they play in the last game of the season.
yeah. Oh boy! All right, some great NFL talk, Dustin. Thanks for the comments. We're going to talk some NBA.
Yeah, they did, Dustin. They absolutely did.
Anthony Edwards left the game Wednesday night early once the starters were benched.
Wait, where is our friend Kenny?
Did you send him the link?
Yeah, I can try doing that. Hold on. Go ahead.
What do you think the Timberwolves should do about it? So, Chris Finch made a decision to pull the starters. In a game they were playing the Hawks, they were trailing 109-80. And Anthony Edwards decided that he was just going to leave the bench with like 7 minutes left and go to the locker room. So if I'm the Timberwolves, I am starting to really think about, is this guy the best fit for my team?
Speaking of our friend.
Oh, look at that guy. Hey. The big dog joining us for some NBA talk. So, Kenny, we were just going to talk about this Anthony Edwards situation. He leaves the bench with about 7 minutes left in the game. Should the Timberwolves hold him accountable to that? Should he be suspended? How do you think they should handle that?
Basically, make him accountable. He's the star of that team. He's a superstar in the league. Make him accountable.
So, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves should think about trading him. As crazy as it sounds, think about in the West, would you put them as a top 5 team? Minnesota.
Yes.
Which they're not right now.
They're not right now.
They're 10th,
exactly. Yep, 10th. Yep, 10th.
I'm sorry, Kenny. There's no way. I mean,
sorry, they're 6th. You put them OKC, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, and then the Timberwolves. So my point would be this: Anthony Edwards, Stephon Diggs status. Dustin, that's probably the perfect. Right, he's becoming a diva. He's not built around the team; he's built around himself. If Minnesota could make a trade that makes sense for them to actually build that team up, I think they should look at moving on from him.
I disagree. I mean, he's Anthony Edwards, I mean, he's done tremendous bounds and leaps for that team. I don't see how you can trade him. What can they get for him? So that's mind-boggling, Eric.
He just got ejected from the game before that for arguing with the officials on calls. Then he leaves the bench early. To me, he's starting to become a problem. And again, if that's the star of your team, the face of your franchise, and this is the way he's going to act, Kenny, I tend to think maybe the best move for them is to say, listen, if we don't move on.
Dare I say, does he feel like he is LeBron James? I mean, think about it. I feel that LeBron James doesn't make his teammates better. And I feel Anthony Edwards is that same thing. He doesn't make his teammates better.
I like that move.
And
listen, OKC does. Dustin, OKC has picks for days. That is insane to think about.
Yep, true.
Right? But think about it. You trade for Anthony Edwards. You get 4 first-round draft picks, let's just say. You probably build your team up pretty quick.
I just don't. I don't see them doing anything in the West. I don't.
Let
see
me
them
ask you
doing
this, Kenny.
anything.
Can Anthony Edwards get them a championship?
Not alone.
Right?
Not
And that's
by-
where I
not
think
by himself.
and that's
Not by
where I
himself,
think
no.
I think that he's starting to show that he doesn't even have the maturity to do it for himself. There's no reason why the NBA isn't pushing Edwards to be the face of the league anymore. Oh, there is a reason. Yeah. He isn't good with the spotlight. Yeah, I think they have put Wemby ahead of him, SGA ahead of him, right? They're not marketing Anthony Edwards like they used to.
Hey, you
That's a
got
great
Denver
point.
still. You didn't even mention Denver.
No, I said Denver. Yeah, it
Did
was
you?
OKC, San Antonio, Spurs, the Denver Nuggets, the Houston Rockets, then the Lakers, and then
Who else?
Minnesota.
I
After
mean,
that, the West sucks. They're pretty bad. I mean,
I don't know about sucks, but you
after
know,
that, they're not very good. The
look,
West
I
isn't
just-
very good.
he doesn't make his players better. So he's either gonna win the game himself or lose. That's basically where they're at. And yes, Anthony Edwards is a top player, but again, when you're talking about a series, it's much more difficult for one player to win a series. You can ask LeBron James that question, and he can tell you. That's why he's always chasing super teams, you know. And I don't think that it's possible for Anthony Edwards to win a series by himself, and he's proven that in the playoffs already. So I don't know where he goes from here. Having the diva attitude
Yeah,
and
let me-
leaving your bench is not the answer because it'll make the teammates sour.
Let me ask you this, Kenny, before we move on to some other stuff around the NBA.
Right.
Who's your top 5 players?
Top
All
5
time.
players?
All time.
All time. All
Just-
time.
just- I know you're not going to put Jordan in there, but don't worry.
I'll put Jordan in there. I'll put
All
Jordan
right.
in there.
Would Jordan have done what Anthony Edwards did?
Of course he would have.
You saw Michael Jordan leave the bench
Oh,
and give
boy,
up
what?
on his team.
Mike was
What?
a diva. You breathe on him
What?
wrong, you get a foul. He was a diva.
Look, Eric,
That has not. I'm not. That's not what I'm
he-
talking about, Kenny.
he
That's
had-
not what I'm
he-
talking about.
I gotta say that Kenny is right. He would not leave the bench. You know why? Because at the end of the game, Michael Jordan is on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Go ahead.
I-
Number 2.
Number 2, number 2, I would have to say Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. You saw Reggie Miller ever leave the bench, quit on his team.
No. No.
Reggie
Okay.
Miller's in your top 5.
That's all.
Oh yeah, great shooter. Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. I mean, hothead
Yeah.
had his moments, but again,
Yeah.
I don't think he would have done it either.
Kim Olajuwon.
We know the Dream didn't do it.
We know that. And David Robinson. And we know David didn't
Right.
do it.
So
David.
my point would be is if you're going to build your franchise around a star player, you need those guys to be able to say, I'm going to be in it for the team no matter what. And I think Anthony Edwards isn't. He's in it for himself. And that's Dustin's right. That's why the NBA stopped giving him the spotlight because they don't feel like he could do it. I need to go to church. The hatred for MJ is
He's talking about you, Kenny.
he would
Oh,
never
thank
leave the
you.
bench in the middle of a game. He wouldn't leave the bench. I know he wouldn't.
Dustin, he
Bro,
was
the
a
man
diva.
played 82 games. Michael Jordan would play 82 games, not like these guys today. Take a day off for rest.
Of course, he
Like,
played
you
in 2
just
games.
think
Nobody,
about all
nobody
those
would catch him.
players. All those players, Magic,
Do I got to
Kareem,
show you some
Bird,
of
all
the
these
highlights
guys
of the
would
Detroit
never do
Pistons
it.
and what they used
Never.
to do to Michael Jordan?
No, No, please, no, please. No,
Okay,
please.
the bad boys.
That,
Cut
that
it
was
out.
that was light work. Light work
Oh
until
my
he got
goodness.
the officials blow it. Woo, you breathe on Michael Jordan. Woo, that's a technical.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What are you
That's the whole league now.
Uh,
That's the whole league. Jason Tatum, if you don't give him
uh,
a call, he's sitting there arguing with the officials to give him a call. All right, well, let's go around the NBA, Kenny. There's some stuff you wanted to talk about.
yeah. A couple of stuff. The injury bug is going a lot in the NBA. Joker has a diagnosed hypertension and is out for 4 weeks. Yeah, that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Yep, could have been worse.
So, I mean, for the Joker.
Yep. Spoiler alert. Golden State, Curry, Butler, and Green are out tonight for the OKC.
Because they were going to lose anyway. So, again,
Wait,
2
why?
games. Huh?
Curry has an ankle. Butler has illness.
Why are they out?
Green rest. And Green rest.
Oh, rest. That's a good one.
Rest.
Good reason.
Rest. Yeah, good reason. Yeah, good reason. Yeah.
Wow.
Luka
Hey, there you
Doncic
go.
and-
There you go, Ron. Dustin's comment.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
That's nice. Luka Doncic and Giannis leads the voting and All-Star voting.
Which he deserves right now. Listen, he leads the league in points.
Yeah.
I like his. You seen his new commercial? Where he's giving out shoes to all the people. Like, I'm sorry I've argued with you, or I'm sorry about whatever. It's kind of.
That's funny. That is funny. And
really
congratulations. And congratulations to the NBA coaches of December. Mitch Johnson from the Spurs. He was 11-3 in December. And Joe Mazzulla from the Celtics. He was 9-3 in December.
Wow. Yes, he seemed to turn it around. Last week, Kenny, I asked Ron, do you think that it's smart to let the Celtics have Jason Tatum come back this season?
That's the loaded question. That is a loaded question.
Right? If they're playing well, and do you want to add that mix in and now change rotations and guys?
If they're playing well, don't put them out there. If they're playing well, don't put them out there. If they're struggling, give them some reps, give them some minutes, but limit his minutes.
Well, that's what I say.
Let him go. Do not let him go over. Limit his minutes. You got to protect him.
Yes.
Because Jason wants to get out there, but you got to protect him from himself.
Boy, he is just laying into him right now.
Well, Kenny will not give love to MJ ever. The greatest player of all time, but it's all right.
Yep.
And last but not,
you're on your own island on that one, by the way. You know that,
yeah,
right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And last but not least, happy birthday to Michael. Happy birthday, yeah. Happy birthday to the one and only LeBron James. Turns 41. Happy birthday, LeBron. Happy birthday.
You almost said Michael
Jordan.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
See?
yeah.
Because you know.
Because you deep down you know who the better player is.
Yeah, LeBron James. Yeah.
Get out of here. You're out of your mind. You're
Jordan.
out of your mind. It's not even close.
Michael.
LeBron isn't even in top 5. Not even top 5.
Michael. We talking about Michael here. Okay. All right.
Kenny, I feel for you, buddy. I feel for you.
Hey, did you see that play where somebody passed the ball to Bronny and he wasn't even paying attention and the ball went past him? I don't know if you caught that during the game.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
The funny thing is, the Lakers have played worse since he's come back.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
They were in much better spot when he wasn't. And that's what I'm saying about the Jason Tatum thing that scares me, Ron. Yeah. Is that I think you put Tatum back in, and some of these guys that are playing well.
That's the thing. Jason Tatum doesn't have the ego like LeBron James.
I get it. What I'm saying is this:
the offense has to go through him, or he's a crybaby.
Jaylen Brown tied a Celtic record by scoring 30 points in 9 straight games.
Yes.
Right.
So again, you're going to take touches away from Jaylen Brown. You're going to take touches away from Derek White. You're going to take touches away
from Brown.
You will. If Tatum's
No, you're
going to
not.
throw up 15 to 20 shots. That's just what he does.
Yep. That's what he does. Yep.
So you change the dynamic of the team by bringing Tatum back this year. Next year, they start fresh. It's a different story.
Look,
excuse me.
They're in 3rd place right now in the conference. He's coming back. That's like making a big trade at the deadline, and you're getting Jason Tatum.
How many times do the trades work? Sometimes they don't work.
It doesn't matter. This is what they do all the time. All these teams, they all make their trades, right? You're picking up Jason Tatum mid-season. That's a great pickup.
You hope.
Yeah, you hope.
You hope. Well, Kenny, I want to thank you for joining.
Hey, thank you.
Not sure you're going to stick around to watch the in memoriam. I know you went through it Wednesday, so I don't know if you want to do it with athletes, but if you want to chime in,
I'll be watching.
All right, my friend. Thank you again, Kenny. Thank you for bringing us around the NBA.
Thank you.
A good friend, Kenny. There.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Ron, before we get into
Doesn't he make you so frustrated?
He will not give MJ the love. He just refuses.
No, I don't understand why. What did MJ do to him to
He must have
spawn
broke
this?
Maybe Kenny was a huge Knicks fan back then, and he wanted to see Patrick win one, and Jordan just wrote it for him. That might have been it.
Yeah, that could be it. Maybe
he never
he
got
was
over
a Ewing fan, and he just wouldn't let Ewing win, or Stockton and Malone,
Yeah, right.
or Barkley.
Probably what it was. Ron,
There's a lot of players he stopped.
Before we move on to our split decision, do you want to give our friends in Providence, Rhode Island some love?
Sure. Tonight's show is brought to you by the all-new 990 WBOB radio page, offering links to your favorite Providence shows, including this one, Sports Unfolded, and the Bryant Bulldogs Sports Hour.
All right, my friend. We're going to move on to split decisions. Our split decision segment, we give each other 2 more likely questions, and we have to make a decision. It was Charles. See, I knew it. I knew it was something. Kenny, it was Charles.
I like Charles Barkley.
And he took one away from Charles.
He did take many.
So I am first this week, Ron. So I will start us off with your first split decision. Which is more likely for Nathan McKinnon? He finishes first in points, number 1 in goals, or number 1 in plus minus. He's leading in all 3 right now.
I'm going to say plus minus.
Let's see
because there's this guy north of the border that has been
he's
absolutely on fire. On fire. Points.
So he's 11 points. He's 11 up in the plus minus.
Yes.
He'll
take.
He's 9 up in goals.
Yeah, that's slipping away though.
Yeah, he's tied in points with Connor McDavid.
Yeah. A month ago, Connor McDavid wasn't even close, and now he's just.
Dustin says goals. So.
No.
I think McDavid's 10 back of him.
McDavid is 10 back, but the guy has like 13. In the last 6 games.
I agree. Listen. I think you're right. Plus minus at 11. That's pretty important.
I don't think anybody will catch him in that.
Yeah, plus minus 51 right now. All right. Your first split decision, bro.
What team is more likely to lose to the Patriots in the first round? Buffalo Bills, the LA Chargers, or the Houston Texans?
More likely to lose? The Chargers.
More likely to lose.
The Chargers. I think the other 2 teams present problems. And defensively, Houston, Buffalo, we know Josh Allen. The Chargers are too inconsistent, where I feel like New England could catch them on one of their off days and But they're a tough team. But if I was going to say out of those three, I'm going Chargers.
Yeah. Like when you look at it, the Chargers have to play
Yeah, I don't trust Herbert
the
either.
Denver Broncos. So chances are they're going to lose without Herbert in the game. Buffalo is going to play the Jets. I mean, look, I saw them like let the Patriots win. I don't think they're going to do that with the Jets. Just a hunch. And Houston, they're going to win by accident. They're going to win by accident. So I think that the better chance is that the Patriots will play the Chargers rather than the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Ron. Your second split decision is which 3-13 team is more likely to make the playoffs next season? The New York Jets, the Tennessee Titans, the New York Giants, or the Arizona Cardinals? Who's more likely to make the postseason next year?
Oh, my God. I'm going to say the Giants by default.
I think I would say the same thing.
Because I can't. Look, there's no way Arizona is making the playoffs next year.
Not in that division.
Especially with Murray.
Yeah, and that division's brutal.
Yeah, there's
now the
no
three
way.
teams are in.
Right. So then you turn and you look at what's the other teams? The Jets,
Giants, and the Jets and the Titans.
Tennessee is not making the playoffs next year. They're not making it next year. They'll win maybe one more game, maybe. And the Jets are just inept. I'm sorry. I don't think Glenn is the answer for their coaching woes. So I have to go with the Giants just because I don't really like that division at all right now.
Dustin thinks the Cardinals, he said, based on all the injuries they had.
No. There's no way. Kyler Murray is not a He's not the quarterback. They got to go in a different direction. They have to draft a quarterback. They have to.
All right. Your second split decision.
All right. What defenseman is more likely to have the most goals this season for defensemen? Jacob Chikrin, who's on Washington with 15 goals currently. Zach Werenski of Columbus with 14 goals currently. Cale Makar of Colorado with 12 goals. Or rookie Matthew Schaefer from the Islanders with 10.
So you had the cap. Who was the second guy?
Zach Werenski of Columbus.
Columbus. I don't know. Colorado's on a tear, man. I could say Cale Makar, just based on the fact that they're putting up points. Like half their guys are on the leaderboard for everything. So yeah, he's picking because Kyle Murray won't be there. All right. Yeah, I'm going Cale Makar just based on what Colorado's doing. I feel like they've been consistent all year. They're going to keep putting up points. Nate McKinnon can get them.
Cale Makar is going to still score some goals.
Yeah.
I would have chosen him too. That kid, though, Matthew Schaefer from the Islanders. Well, those four guys are leading in goals right now. So Cider is outsider.
He's an outsider.
He's an outsider.
Can you bring up the Hall of Fame?
I sure can.
So let's get those votes in. Last month, Ty Cobb and Kobe Bryant elected into the Sports Illustrated Hall of Fame. And we are currently
also better than LeBron.
If we could bring up the 10 goals, I believe. For the NFL, all you got to do is scan this little QR code right now. It'll bring you right to the site. You can vote for Dwight Freeney, Richard Seymour, Ray Lewis, Champ Bailey, or Ed Reed. Ray Lewis is currently leading currently leading.
No!
Ray Lewis is currently leading in that one. Just scan that QR code to bring you right to them, and you can help elect one of them to the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame, as well as a first ever for us, a sportscaster. Again, scan this QR code right now. John Madden, Pat Summerall, Marv Alberts, Vince Scully, or Bob Costas. One of them will get in. John Madden is currently leading
From
that one as well.
downtown.
Yes. No, the man that's boom is leading in that one right now. So go on the site, cast your vote, let us know what you're thinking, and help elect the next inductees into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. And we'll bring it to the website as well. So you get to see everyone that's already currently in the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame.
What a great job you did with the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, sir. All right, my friend, it is prediction time. The final week and where we stood.
Where's Danny?
Just not enough. So 7-4, 6-5 last week. You finished with 243 wins, 192 losses, 236 and 197 from yours truly. So that means, Ron, you get to tell me what I have to wear next week.
And, the other day, I think it was last week or the week before, I think it was last week when, we had talked about the Dallas Cowboys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it rubbed you such the wrong way that I have no choice but to make you wear a Dallas Cowboy hat for next week.
All right.
Dallas Cowboys, my friend.
Okay.
And I know it's painful because I hate the Dallas Cowboys. So I can only imagine how you feel.
Don't worry.
Like you can't even speak at this point.
I don't know what I want to say, but I'm gonna keep it because we're a PG rated show. So I'll keep it PG.
Cowboys.
All right, this week's predictions. Let us know what you guys pick. We're starting brand new. So Kenny, if you're still on too, make your picks.
Yes,
Dustin,
brand new. Don't forget, and the contest.
The contest is going on now for WDJY as well for the month. Email us your predictions to ribroadcasting.com, right? Gmail.
Right here.
Yeah. ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. Email us your predictions after listening to us on Saturday, and we'll a lucky winner at the end of the month with some great Sports Unfolded prizes. So let us know on that. All right, Ron, first game tomorrow. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, I'm first this week. I'm going Carolina just to take care of business. I'm not even.
Wow, this is a tough one. This is really tough. I am also going to go Carolina. I just feel like Baker Mayfield right now is playing injured, I feel. And if he's not right, look, what is his name? Tetaroa? He's going to have a field day tomorrow, Sunday.
Kenny went Tampa.
I mean, Saturday, tomorrow.
Dustin went Carolina. All right. All right. WDJY fans out there, make sure you send in your predictions as well. Also tomorrow, winner take all, number one seed in the NFC on the line. The Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers, Ron. Who are you taking?
Man, that Seattle team is so good. But they're going to be in San Francisco. I'm going to go San Francisco on this one. Like, I don't know if the football gods are ready to have Seattle and Sam Darnold as the best player in the league.
Dustin, good as gold. 49ers secure the top seed. All right. I also went San Francisco because guess where this year's Super Bowl is being played, Ron? They have an opportunity to ride this out and not leave home for the rest of the playoffs, including the Super Bowl.
That's pretty cool.
So I think they're even more.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's pretty cool.
They may not make it to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, if they do, guess what? It's at home.
They get a shot.
I would want to win that game for that reason.
Yeah.
Kenny, you have a pick? Kenny's going 49. He doesn't even need the Ers. On Sunday, winner take all to make the postseason. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ron. Lamar Jackson's playing. I don't think it matters because I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be the difference. I think that Derrick Henry and Baltimore's defense is going to create a few turnovers. Aaron Rodgers, final game. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
I am going with the Ravens too because of Travis Henry and
Derrick.
I mean, I keep saying Travis. Derrick Henry, I think, is going to get like 150 plus yards.
I think he's going to run all over. And I like Baltimore's defense. Kenny's going Ravens. Although TJ Watt's supposed to be back. Pittsburgh steals the North. Oh, yeah, I like it though, Dustin. Yeah, either one, no matter what happens here. Tomlin could be out too. TJ Watt is returning, which is huge. All right, NBA on the 5th. You got the New York Knicks at the Detroit Pistons. Who you taking?
I'm taking Detroit. I'm going with Cunningham and the rest of the crew. I think they're just the better team in the East. I don't think there's really anybody that is as good as Detroit.
Yeah, Knicks don't travel well. They're horrible on the road. Actually, let me not say they're horrible. They're like 500. Detroit's much better at home, so I went Detroit here as well. All right. Kenny's going Knicks.
The Knicks are going to get you every time, Kenny.
And Charles Barkley.
Wait, what's that song by Gnarls Barkley?
Crazy?
Crazy?
Knicks get it done. Dustin going Knicks as well.
They went. He followed Kenny's.
On the 7th, you've got the Denver Nuggets at the Boston Celtics. He talked about that Jokic injury. He's out. Boston at home. I'm going to take Boston.
No Joker, right?
No Joker.
How long is he out for?
Like a month.
Oh, I'm taking Boston. So it's not even like it's close. He could be back.
No, he's out. Oh.
He's out. Boston.
Boston. Let's go C's.
C's getting it done. That's who's getting it done. They're going to take over that number 2 spot in the East.
He's going Boston. No Clovis to be found as Nuggets win the gold. I like it. That's cute. All right, some NHL action on the 3rd tomorrow night. Got the Colorado Avalanche at the Carolina Hurricanes. Who are you taking?
I'm going Colorado. I can't go against them.
They're so good this year, right? What, 2 losses still?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, people have not been able to beat them. I agree with you. I went Colorado. They are still head and shoulders above everyone else in this league right now. Jeremy Swayman made the Olympic team, by the way.
Yes, he did.
That's pretty good. Freeze the Canes. All snowed in Carolina. The Avalanche. That's like the Grand Rapids Griffins in the AHL. They had 27-1-1. Damn.
Damn.
I don't think Kenny does hockey. On the 5th of January, you got the Anaheim Ducks at the Washington Capitals run. I'm taking Washington here. Ducks are not playing as well, and they don't travel well. I think they're like one game over 500. So
I'm taking Washington too. I mean, they're still a team to be reckoned with, and being at home, I love the fact that Jacob Chikrin has played very well, and he's a big reason why they are winning. And Ovies is still there, so he can still score some goals.
Kenny went.
So I'm going to take the Washington Capitals.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
So Kenny took the Anaheim Ducks, but he didn't do the Colorado Carolina game.
Capitals go duck hunting.
I love it. Love it.
All right. NCAA football on Thursday, the Fiesta Bowl. Number 10, Miami Hurricanes at number 6, Ole Miss Rebels.
I got to give Miami credit. They did win.
Yeah. They're playing very well.
I didn't see that. But I'm going to go Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss, what they're doing is special. I know they have a problem with the coach right now, whether or not he can coach the team.
Oh, he's not coaching the team. Lane Kiffin went to LSU. This is by far the dumbest thing in NCAA football. 6 coaches are currently on the LSU staff, but were allowed to coach Ole Miss. But they opened up the transfer portal. They did all this stuff. So now they're not sure those 6 coaches will be available for this game.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be allowed.
Which puts the kids at a disadvantage.
Yeah. But I think they're going to win anyway, despite.
I think the NCAA shouldn't start this till the season's over. Like, why would you open up the transfer portal right now?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's such a horrible rule.
Last year's favorites to championship. So Dustin went Miami. I went Miami. Their defense is just destroying people right now. They create so much pressure, and I think Ole Miss is this whole coaching thing's just a joke. I feel bad for the kids. I really do, because this might be their one opportunity, and you don't even get to have your coaches. One more game to pick. NCAA basketball this week on the 6th. You got the number 6 Duke Blue Devils at number 16 Louisville Cardinals. Who are you taking?
Well, I think I have to go with Duke, because on here I put Duca.
Duca.
And I figured, all right, well, if Luka's that good, then there's no way Duke loses this game.
All right, so Duke.
So Duca.
If anyone is doubting Indiana, right? No, I agree with you. They destroyed Bama.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana's for real.
There's nobody doubting them right now.
Yeah, no, they're for real. They proved it on the biggest stage. Only team.
And is their coach staying?
Yes. No, he signed like a lifetime deal.
Right. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's like.
But nothing's guaranteed. But he's staying.
These coaches that leave early when they're in playoff games, it's a joke.
It just doesn't make sense how
it's just despicable.
They don't finish out the year. Your team's in the playoffs.
And I think they should have to. Breach of contract, baby.
Yeah.
You're out of here. You're not getting paid. Period.
All right, Ron. That is Dustin Kenny. Tune in next week. See how you did. Those fans that are listening tomorrow on WDJY 99.1 FM in Dallas, Georgia, send your predictions to ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com and see if you can win a prize.
Let's go, Duca.
Duca. Let's go, Duke. We'll never bet against my cousin's alma mater. All right, Ron. No final thoughts, because we are going to go through our in memoriam at this point. So you guys that are out there live, let us know if you had any thoughts on some of the athletes or people we're going to mention now in the sports world that were lost last year. We do this every year at the end of the year. So never an easy show, Ron. But I appreciate you taking the time to locate all these.
Now, I do have to say, if I forgot somebody for whatever reason, I apologize. But if I did miss somebody, please post it inside in the chat. Yeah, but I'm going to try to get as many as possible. There's a lot. There's a lot. So we'll start out with track and field. Kerry O'Brien, who was an Australian Olympic athlete. Oh God, some of these names are so. Munyoro Niamau,
Hey,
88 years old, a Kenyan Olympic champ. Janet Smith, 59, cross country senior champ. Was American, so we should honor all of our athletes, but there's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many. Elijah Lagat, 59, Boston Marathon winner.
Oof.
Nina Kusik, 86, also a Boston Marathon winner in 1972.
Wow.
And Ralph Mann, 75, American Hall of Fame sprinter, won silver in 1972. 1972 sounded like it was a pretty good year for American sprinters. Cycling. Jean Dupont, French. It should be Jean Dupont, French cyclist. Ueli Sutter, Swiss cyclist. Gabriel Moisanou, Romanian Olympian. God. These names. Alaj. I'm so sorry. Bachk, Slovenian Olympian. Elie Lafrance, French cyclist. Stefano Casagrande, Italian cyclist. Paul Deem, 68. Can't read my own writing. American Olympian. Franz Melkenbeek, Belgian, 84 years old. And Bernardo Ruiz, 100 from Spain.
Oh, 100. It's good life.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Ross Morrison from New Zealand. Gary Williams, also from New Zealand. Barry Knight and Michael Boyers from England. And Ben Cameron from Australia. Oh, boy. Figure skating. Sonia Klopfer, 90 years old, 1951 U.S. national champion. And the guy that was doing all like the Olympics and figure skating events, Dick Button. 95 years old, two-time Olympic champ, 5-time world champion. Dick Button. That's a tough one. Rugby. Richard Sharp and Mick Harrison from England. Barry McGann from Ireland. Mick Lane from Ireland. Joe Walsh from Australia. Roland Bertrand from France, and Mike Watkins, Welsh. What is that? Wales? Is that
Probably
Wales?
Welsh. Isn't that like Irish or?
Maybe it's Ireland. I don't know. Golf. Dennis Dernian, 75 years old, from England. Judy Bell, Hall of Fame golfer, 89 years old. Mike Hill, 86, Senior PGA Tour. Ed Fiore, 72, who had 4 wins on the PGA Tour. And Fuzzy Zella, 74 years old, Masters in 1974 and the U.S. Open in 1984. Fuzzy Zella. Swimming. Penny Pence, 96, an American Olympian swimmer in 1948. Ria van Velzen, 82, Dutch Olympic champion, actually held the record for the 4x100. One of the 4 swimmers that held the record until it fell in I want to say it was 80s. I can't remember. But they broke the record in 1960. Mayumi Narita, 55, Japanese Paralympic champion, died of cancer. She 1996, 2000, and 2004 champion.
Oh.
Dick Roth, U.S. Olympic champ in 1964. Egon Henninger, 85 years old, German Olympic silver in 64 and 68. Linda McGill, 79, Australian Hall of Fame Olympian. Karen Cohn, 85, American Olympic silver in 1956. We got to give love to the animals. Let me see. There's Hawk Wing, 26, a racehorse, of course. Utopia, British racehorse. It was actually an Olympic champion in 2012.
Oh.
Fernando Bale, an Australian greyhound. Gentle Donna, Japanese racehorse. So You Think, a Hall of Fame thoroughbred. Maru, had to throw this in there. It was a Japanese cat. Internet sensation. Had to throw it in there.
Okay.
Died of cancer.
Yeah.
Vinnie Rowe, an Irish racehorse. Do you think it talked Irish?
I'm sure it did. Yeah, they talked.
Was it like, oh, Wilbur? Instead of just Wilbur? It's
Maybe.
Wilbur. Grass Wonder, racehorse, was 30 years old, died of multiple organ failure. Forbidden Apple, Soaring Free, Looks Like Trouble, another Irish horse. Liberty Island, a Japanese racehorse. Roses in May, Love Divine, Volpony, Papa Clem, and Ripkin, a retrieval dog for the Durham Bulls.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Ripkin. Obviously, that. Ooh, you know what's the sad part about that? You know how old Ripkin was when he died? 8. That's Cal Ripken's number, isn't it?
yes, it is. Wow.
And of course, the Belmont Stakes winner of 2007, Rags to Riches. Curling, Colleen Jones, Canadian. It's the only one I have for curling. Curling is fortunate. All right. Oh, you know what he didn't do? Oh, it's perfect timing. You recognize any of these folks?
Yes, sir.
All right, Richard Bell, 88, South Carolina Gamecocks football coach. Rod Page, coach for Jackson State, Texas Southern football. Jeff Thorne, North Central Cardinals, Western Michigan Broncos. Roy Kramer, Central Michigan Chippewas football team. Clyde Hart from Baylor. He was a track and field coach. Richie Adebayo, right down in your corner. 87 years old. Coached Detroit, Dallas, and the New York Liberty. Bill Slack, baseball coach from Winston-Salem Red Sox. Don Monson, 92, coached the Oregon Ducks basketball team. Charlie Schmoss, 81, basketball coach for VMI. Bob Reinhardt, basketball coach for Georgia State. George Raveling, 88, Basketball Hall of Fame for USC and Washington State. The man in the middle, Dick Duran, 74 years old, obviously was with the Bears. Yeah, he was a pretty solid coach, to be honest with you. More of a coordinator, but he did get the call.
Yep.
Ted Govea, 55, football coach for the Toronto Argonauts and also Hamilton, CFL. Bob Milano, 85, baseball coach for the California Golden Bears. Sean Clark, 50, football coach for Appalachian State. Gene Eba, 84 years old, basketball coach for Pittsburgh and Baylor. Buddy Bailey, 68, coached the Pawtucket Red Sox.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Back in the day, and the Daytona Cubs, but another Red Sox connection. Carl Reese, football for Missouri, Kansas, and East Carolina. Frank Layden, 93, basketball coach for the Utah Jazz and the Utah Stars. Charles Tifo, 87, assistant NHL coach for Montreal Rangers and Quebec Nordiques. Bill Oliver, 85, football coach for Alabama and Auburn. Mike DeBoard, football coach for Michigan and Chicago Bears. Jim Hatfield, basketball coach for Kentucky and Mississippi State. And Larry Keesh, 83 years old, former coach of the Hartford Whalers.
Wow.
And Tom McVie, the one right, if I can get it right there, longtime scout of the Boston Bruins, head coach, Winnipeg Jets. I mean, he spent 16 years as a Boston Bruins scout. 16 years. That's a lot. That is
A lot of coaches, yeah.
Yes. And I'm sure there's countless more that I don't know of. All right, so
I don't remember the coach who was the coach where the kid went in and shot him? That was like a month
The what?
ago. There was a kid that came in and shot his coach.
Oh
Killed
God.
him. I can't remember. It was in
Yeah, I don't
California.
have him on the list.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. Like I said, I can't. Just trying to get an accurate list is impossible. Looking at it for baseball, yeah, we haven't gotten to baseball yet, but Masanori Ishikawa from Japan, who just signed another contract at age 47 to play another professional season in Japan. All right, soccer. It's a big list for soccer players, and I don't know most of these guys, but you may know them out there. Angel Paz, Spanish soccer player. Bruno Bavario, Italian. Chuzo from Spain. And Manfrini from Brazil. You know they're popular when they only have one name. They only have one name. People know who they are.
John
Carmelo
Beam, by the way.
Mastelli from Italy.
John Beam was the name of the coach.
Oh, I
From,
did say that one. Yeah,
did you say
say
John
that
Beam?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oakland College. Okay.
Yep. David Best from England. Dixie Deans from Scotland. Chris Califatidis from Australia. Glenn DeBoick from Belgium. Manolo Villanova from Spain. Maurizio Thermes from Italy. Marvin Hinton from England. Arcadio Venturi from Italy. Harold Kloss from Germany. Andre Deneau from Belgium. Eugene Hughes from Ireland. Daniel Willington from Argentina. Stuart Bohm from England. Bernard Hall, also England. Kjell Kaspersen from Norway. Sven Lindman from Sweden. Dieter Herzog from Germany. Lorenzo Buffon from Italy. Johnny Newman from England. Tommy Murray from Scotland. Les O'Neill from England. Ken Price, England. Billy Bonds, England. Juan Carlos de Lima from Uruguay. Edu Manga from Brazil. Alan Hewley from England. Miguel Angel Russo from Argentina. Colin Longdew from England. Gino Pivatelli from Italy. Mick McNeil from England. Dave Koskunian from... I don't know. I didn't write it down. He's Turkish-born American. So he's an American player. Max Lorenz from Germany. Bobby Graham from Scotland. Played on Liverpool. That I knew. I do know some players.
I see you. I'm impressed.
Mark Hine from England. America. That's his name, America. From Brazil. Matt Beard from England. Died by suicide. 47 years old. Naneka, 45, from Brazil. Died of a heart attack at 45. Ken Houghton from England. Terry Hennessy, Ireland. Kunishige Kamamoto, Hall of Fame Japanese player. 81 years old. Flavio from Brazil, 54 years old.
Oh. Well, a lot of young ones, huh?
Yes. It's appalling on how many. David Woodfield from England and Manga from Brazil, 87 years old. Aaron, oh my God, Bupenza, he was Gabonese. He fell from a building in China. He played for Zhejiang FC. Fell from a building. That's terrible. Emmanuel Koundé, 69-year-old Cameroon player. Was the golden age of Cameroon. Then we have two brothers that died in a car crash. Diogo Jota, who was 28 years old, played for Portugal. He also won the Premier League in Liverpool. 28 years old. And his brother, Ante Silva, 26 years old, died in a car crash. The two of them together. Car crash.
Dustin definitely knew a lot of those soccer players he was saying.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
a lot of them are,
And America was an eventful character. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, that's, what was he, like 87, did I say? 81. I mean, it's history. You know, this is history of players. And, you know, whether you're a soccer fan or not, it's massive. Diego Jota was supposed to be the heir apparent to Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, he was a great player. Great player. And it's tragic. A car accident. It doesn't take much. All right, handball. Erzsébet Sajbak, Hungarian Olympic handball player. There was a game where America only wore one shin guard and had shoes on the opposite feet.
well, it's different.
He's a character, right? America. Larry Caton, 77 Olympic American. Javier Garcia, 78 from Spain. Helene Tetro, 67 Canadian Olympic. Speed skating. Henry Holmes, 96 British Olympian. Angshot, 80 A Dutch Olympic champion. Chuck Burke, 94, an American Olympian. Team owners. Now, I'm sure I find it hard to believe if I got everybody on this one, but I did my best for it. Tom Hicks, 79-year-old Liverpool FC and Texas Ranger owner. I think that is before the Red Sox group bought him.
Okay. Oh, Liverpool, yeah.
Don Robinson, 91. He was the owner of Scarborough in England. Carol Davis, 93. Las Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas Aces. Bill Davis, 74. He was the owner of Davis Racing, which was Ward Burton, his team owner. Eddie Jordan, 76 years old. He was the team owner of Michael Schumacher race team.
Oh.
Jim Irsay, 65, Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
Very familiar with him. Virginia Hellis McCaskey, 102, former owner of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And Harold Katz, former owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, 87 years old. There is something missing. I'm missing something. Oh, no, it's just backwards. Okay. Table tennis. Everybody loves table tennis, right? The Bears may try to win it. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Yeah.
Could be. Cloudy, hello. How are you? Is there a chance of meatballs?
Hey.
So table tennis, Janos Takacs, Hungarian world champion, 1974. Auto racing. Let's switch that right there. Nick Joanides, 55, Archer Menard Series. Michael Annette, 39, from NASCAR and the Arca Menard Series. Andrea De Adamich, 84, Italian. I believe it's F1. Alejandro Frangioli, 66, from Argentina. Alan Moffat, 86. He is a Canadian-born Australian driver. I've actually heard of Alan Moffat. Phil Barkdahl, 87, NASCAR. Walker Evans, 86, NASCAR Truck Series. Rex White, 94, Hall of Fame NASCAR champion, 1960. Boyd Adams, 91, from NASCAR. And Ken Meal, 93, NASCAR Hall of Famer. That is this one over here. That goes back a ways.
Yeah.
That goes back a ways. Pioneer right there. Ken Meal. Dan Runty, 61, down in your bottom corner. He was the driver
Bigfoot.
of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The sad part is he died in a traffic accident.
Right. Crazy. You think about it. All the stuff they did with Bigfoot, right? It's crazy.
It's crazy. He needed to have his truck that day.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, him and his whole family in the crash, Greg Biffle, 55 years old.
Yeah.
Just a tragic event. NASCAR legend. He did so much for the public. And there you go. That's right, Dustin. From NASCAR, who recently died in a plane crash with his family, and I believe at the age of 55. Yes. Greg Biffle. It's like you see hearing the names.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't feel it's real.
Just way too many people. Yeah.
It's just unreasonable that there's this many people that lost their lives. All right, volleyball. Jane McHugh, American Olympian in 1988, and Tetsuo Sato, 76, Japanese Olympic champion in 1972. Skiing. Wendy Wagner, 52, U.S. Olympic cross-country skier. And Rosemary Sparrow, 100 years old, British alpine skier, performed in the Olympics in 1948. 1948.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Wrestling. And I know you don't want to hear this one.
Nope.
Brian McNee, 77 years old, from the WWF. Yeah, they probably will be. I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't honor him at the Daytona 500. That's happening. Like, you can bank on that. Mo, 58. Former tag team champion with Mabel. Sabu. Or Sabu.
I think it was Sabu.
Sabu, yeah. That's why when I said it, it didn't sound right. 60 years old, of course, WWE. And the legend, the man that made the WWE what it is today. I don't care what anybody says. This is the GOAT of wrestling, Hulk Hogan. Without Hogan, it's nothing like it is today. He paved the way. Thank you, Sylvester Stallone, for discovering you. I mean, he's one of the best characters ever. That one's tough. And, people can feel whatever way they want about him as a person, but in that ring, there was nobody better.
Agreed. Agreed, my friend.
Sailing, Hubert Raudashid, or Schill, could be Schill, 83 years old, Austrian silver medalist. Now, is Austria even near the water?
I don't know.
Let me see. Dustin, I can't say Hogan is the GOAT. He is on Mount Rushmore, but I do have to say Taker is the GOAT.
In my
opinion. Who's Taker?
Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just, your preference of the best. But, I mean, I love The Undertaker too, but Hogan is the GOAT. Because he made WWE. But yeah, I can see Undertaker too, Another page going. Bobsledding. We all have like that little special place for bobsledding after the Jamaican team, of course. Christopher Sharpless, 80 years old, American Olympics in 1988. Bowling. John Handegard, 87, Hall of Fame 10-pinner. Wayne Zahn, 84, also a Hall of Fame bowler. And then I have a bunch of miscellaneous. I don't really know. It's not really miscellaneous kind of thing, but Sister Jean, 106 years old, Loyola chaplain.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the others I read off the other day on Going On Daily. All right. The jockeys and trainers. Edward O'Grady, 75, trainer for National Hunt. And D. Wayne Lucas, 89 years old, the Hall of Fame trainer and 4-time Kentucky Derby winner.
Wow. It's pretty impressive.
Right? I mean, to do that with multiple horses. And then Ron Turcotte, 84 years old. If the name even sounds familiar, it's because you know who he is. He is the Canadian Hall of Fame jockey that rode Secretariat.
Oh.
We don't talk much horse racing here. I mean, everybody knows Secretariat.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's like the name in horse racing. Oh. Might as well do a biggie for right now. Football. This is a massive list for football.
You change the graphic.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Here we go. All right. Garrett Ford, Denver Broncos. Paul Wiggin, Cleveland Browns. George Myra, San Francisco and Philadelphia Eagles. Whitney Paul, Kansas City and New Orleans. Tom Stolhansky, San Francisco. Bob Trumpy, Cincinnati. He was the broadcaster for the Cincinnati Bengals. I probably should have had that in the other category, but I'll read it now. Keith Browner from Tampa Bay, San Francisco, and San Diego, defensive end. Woodrow Lowe from San Diego. Gerald Williams of Pittsburgh, San Diego, Baltimore. Larry Wingham, St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh.
Kenny Easley, Hall of Fame, Seattle Seahawk.
Defense,
Burke,
right?
What?
Yeah. Defense. He was a defense. Yes. Yeah.
Randy Burke from Baltimore Colts. Al Andrews from the Bills. Bill Butler from Green Bay. Arthur Jones from Baltimore, Indianapolis, and Washington. He is a Super Bowl winner. Doug Martin from Tampa Bay. Henry Sorrell from Denver. Dewey Bowling from New York Jets and Buffalo. Warren McVeigh, Cincinnati and Kansas City. Jerry Stahlcup, the Los Angeles Raiders and Denver. Willis Crenshaw, St. Louis Cardinals and Denver, 84 years old. George Atkinson from Oakland and Denver, Super Bowl winner in 1977. Steve Corbett from the New England Patriots, 74 years old. Earl Cochran, 44 years old, from Houston and Green Bay. Don Morrison, New Orleans, Baltimore Colts, Detroit Lions. Nick Rassis, Atlanta Falcons. Dan Dara from Buffalo. Larry Gluck from Chicago. He was an NFL defensive back champion in 1963. Stu Barber from Buffalo. Mike Battle from the Jets. Mark Boodle? Or is it Booty? Could be Booty. Another Booty. Los Angeles Rams and Washington, 55 years old. Morris Bradshaw, 72, from Oakland and New England. Wide receiver, Morris Bradshaw, 72 years old. Brian Brahman, 38 years old, from Houston and Philadelphia, linebacker. Keith Browner, 63, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Oakland, and San Diego, played linebacker. Tom Brown from Green Bay and Washington. I could have sworn I already said Bill Cottrell, but I'm going to say it again. Bill Cottrell, Detroit, Denver. Marty Domris, San Diego, Baltimore, San Francisco, and the Jets. Kenny Easley from... Oh, wait. Did I say that?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Paul Flatley from Minnesota and Atlanta. Bobby Franklin, Cleveland Browns. Derek Gaffney from the Jets. Oliver Gibson from Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Bruce Gossett from the Rams and the 49ers. Don Hasselbeck, 70 years old, New England Patriots, Oakland Raiders, Minnesota, and the New York Giants, tight end. Billy Houghton, 95, Green Bay, Cleveland, and Dallas. Rudy Johnson, pictured right below me in the corner, from Cincinnati and Detroit, running back. Leroy Jordan, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. Ernie Kellerman, 81, from Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. Steve Kinner, Dallas, New England Patriots, and Houston. I want to say it was the Oilers. Because he's 77. It's got to be the Oilers. Pat Mattson, Cincinnati, Denver, and Green Bay. Dede Lewis, Hall of Fame, Dallas Cowboy, Super Bowl champ in 1972 and 78. Jim Farnhorst, San Francisco, 3-time Super Bowl winner. Cato Serwanga, 49, New England Patriots, Washington, and New York Giants. Lionel Taylor, Denver and Houston Oilers. Derek Robinson, San Diego, Miami, and Cleveland defensive end. He's only 43 years old. Carl Hankey, Jets, and the Boston Patriots, 80 years old.
Oh.
Peter Norman from Dallas and San Diego. Lamont Green from Atlanta and Carolina, 49 years old. Doug Eggers, 94, from the Baltimore Colts and the Chicago Cardinals.
Going back.
Mark Lomas, 76 from the Jets. Tom Rafferty, 70 from Dallas. John Tautolo, the Giants and the Raiders. Steve Barber from Buffalo. Jerry Philbin from the Jets and Philadelphia. Roger Scholes, Detroit, Cleveland, Denver. Tommy Vigorito, 65 from Miami. Randy Crowder, also from Miami and also Tampa Bay. Ralph Heck, Philly, Atlanta, Giants. Len St. Jean, 83 years old, New England Patriot. Dean Wells, Seattle, Carolina, and New England Patriots. Ray Seals from Pittsburgh, 59 years old. Tom Brown. I think I already did Tom Brown. But he's a 3-time NFL champion. Steve McMichael, Hall of Fame Chicago Bear. Frank Parker, Cleveland, Pittsburgh Giants. I did that one. Merrill Douglas, Chicago Jets, Philadelphia. Al Matthews, 77, Green Bay. Bob Long, Green Bay, Washington, Atlanta, 2-time Super Bowl winner. Gene Chichowski from Washington and Pittsburgh. Ernie Kellerman from Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. Howard Twilley, Miami, 2-time Super Bowl winner in 1973 and 74. Is that the undefeated team?
72 was the undefeated.
Okay. Morris Bradshaw from Oakland and New England, 2-time Super Bowl winner in 1977-81. And Greg Morton from Buffalo. Now, Marshawn Nealand from the Dallas Cowboys by suicide, 24 years old. Larry Williams, 62, from Cleveland, San Diego, and New England. Steven Starring played 6 seasons with the New England Patriots. Nick Mangold, 41 years old, kidney disease. I did home
Dustin.
because that's what my father died from.
Yeah, Dustin had put that up. He died 2 weeks after posting that he needed one. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, that's what my father died from, kidney disease. So that one hits. And Bobby Greer, 82 years old, executive of the New England Patriots, Houston Texans, and Miami Dolphins. It's the man right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he's responsible for, right?
Well, Bill Parcells and him didn't get along, so that's why that all started.
Yeah, but you know why? You know who he helped discover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Gymnasts. Sid Jensen, Canadian Olympic, 1968. Bob Humilia, Olympic silver in 1968. Boy, did I butcher that one. Bo Humilia Rimnikova, silver medalist, 1968. And Akinori Nakayama, 82, Japanese Hall of Fame, Olympic champ in 1968 and 72. Tennis. Nicola Pietrangeli. Italian tennis player. Nicola, I just read that one. Angela Mortimer, British Hall of Fame tennis player, and Fred Stoll, an Australian Hall of Famer. No. There's no safe spot now because you're going to know in all of these.
Mhm.
Boxing. Viktor Miroshnichenko, Ukraine silver Olympian. Ebo Elder, Mark Kaler, Joe Bugner, former heavyweight champion, and he was also in Street Fighter. Robert Wells won a bronze medal in 1984. Dwight Muhammad Cowie, do you remember him? Lightweight champ, cruiserweight champ. Don Elbaum, Hall of Fame promoter, 94 years old. Nino Benvenuti, former lightweight middleweight champion and a middleweight champion. So light middleweight and middleweight. 87 years old. Antonio Avalar, 66, flyweight champion. Ricky Hatton, 46, super lightweight champ. He hung himself.
Mhm. He was great. I know. Really was.
Yeah. And of course, I know I have that. I gotta. George Foreman, 76. I mean, what a personality. What a personality. It just goes without saying how much of a, like, he's one of the best faces of boxing.
Over
He was-
decades.
Yeah. Tough as nails. Sportscasters, the guy in the bottom corner near you,
Bob Uecker. Yeah.
Bob Uecker, 90 years old, the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers and legendary on Major League. That's a tough one. That's Bob Uecker, man. That's just a bit outside.
Mhm.
We also lost Ray Lane, Detroit Tigers and Detroit Red Wings. Mike Patrick from ESPN, 80 years old. And one of my favorite NHL play-by-play callers, Mike Lang from the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was awesome. It was scratch my back with a hacksaw. That was the kind of stuff that you got from this guy. He was brilliant. Brilliant. I wish he was like the national games. But that's tough. That's a tough one. Oh, so we have 3 sports left, right? We got basketball next because this guy is in there.
Lenny Wilkins.
Lenny Wilkins, 88, Hall of Fame, Seattle, St. Louis. I mean, he's
Cleveland.
done.
Mhm.
I mean, player. He excelled at playing and coaching.
Mhm.
Eldon Campbell. You remember him?
Yeah, we just talked about him.
LA Laker, Detroit, and Charlotte. 57 years old. Rodney Rogers, Denver, Phoenix, Clippers. Whitey Bell from the Knicks. Lawrence Moten from the Vancouver Grizzlies and Washington Bullets. Brian Martin from Seattle and Portland. Larry Jones from Denver and Philadelphia. Kim Hughes from the New York and New Jersey Nets. Denver, Cleveland, one-time ABA champion. Ryan Reed from OKC. Bill Chamberlain from Phoenix. David Greenwood from Chicago, San Antonio, Detroit. 1990 champion with Detroit Pistons. Oliver Miller. Do you remember him?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Phoenix, Detroit, and Toronto died of cancer. Like so many of the people that I've read off.
Mm-hmm.
What a horrible disease. Slick Watts, 73, from Seattle Supersonics and Houston. George Bell from the Globetrotters,
Oh, yeah.
67 years old. Gary Phillips from San Francisco and Boston. He was a champion 1962 with the Boston Celtics. George Kalinsky. Junior Bridgman from the Milwaukee Bucks. They retired his number 2. He was 71 years old. Dick Barnett from the Knicks and Lakers. He was a 2-time NBA champion with the Knicks, 88 years old. Clyde Austin, also a Harlem Globetrotter, 67 years old. And Michael Ray Richardson, 70 years old, from the Knicks, Golden State, and New Jersey. He was a 4-time All-Star, 3-time steals champion, and an assist leader. Basketball. Lenny Wilkins was that was tough. That was tough. And a couple of Globetrotters too.
Yeah.
I remember Clyde. Oh, baseball. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible. I know we're running late, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Greg Thayer, Jim Duckworth from Washington and Kansas City A's. Tom Timmerman, Randy Jones, Bart Shirley, Dave Moorhead from the Boston Red Sox. George Altman, Tim Harkness, Larry Burright, I can't even read my own writing. Craig Eaton from the Kansas City Royals, John Morris from Baltimore, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Bill Place from Minnesota, Bernie Smith from Milwaukee, Rob Malakote from Houston, Mickey McGuire from Baltimore, Jesus Montero from the Yankees and Seattle. He died in a traffic collision at age 35. He should still be playing baseball. Steve Hargan, Cleveland, Texas, Atlanta. Yervis Medina from Seattle and Chicago Cubs. Doris Cook from Kalamazoo, Springfield, and South Bend.
Oh.
The ladies. Jim Marshall from Chicago Cubs and the Mets. Tom Patton from Baltimore. Jim Dixon from the Houston Colt 45s, Cincinnati, and the Kansas City A's. 87 years old. Ted Ford from Cleveland and Texas. Bob Oldest, Washington and Philadelphia. Rich Hinton, Chicago White Sox. Bill Helper from the Mets. Mark Hill from St. Louis, San Francisco, and Chicago White Sox. Mike White from the Colt 45s and the Astros, 86 years old. Randy Moffett from San Francisco, Toronto, and Houston. Darrell Patterson from Detroit, Pittsburgh, St. Louis. I almost read that one by accident. Yeah. Billy Hunter, Bobby Jenks, Chicago White Sox in Boston. Bobby Jenks, I remember that like yesterday. Relief pitcher. Won a World Series in 2005 with the Boston Red Sox, by the way.
Okay, we got you, buddy.
Died from adenocarcinoma. Joe Coleman, Washington Senators, Detroit and Oakland. Lee Elia from the Chicago White Sox. Jim Clancy, Toronto, Houston, Atlanta. Beverly Armstrong, Rockford Peaches. Jeff Bittiger, Chicago White Sox, Phillies, Twins. Matt Murray, Atlanta Braves, Boston Red Sox. Diego Segui, St. Louis, Boston Red Sox, Seattle. Bob Hefner, Boston Red Sox, California Angels, Cleveland Indians. Hoskin Powell, Minnesota and Toronto. Rich Rollins, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Cleveland. Rod Nichols, Cleveland, Dodgers, Braves. I used to have his baseball card. Carl Warwick, St. Louis, Colt 45s, and Baltimore. He won a World Series in 1964. Tommy Helms, Cincinnati, Houston. Vic Harris, Texas, and the Cubs. Rich Dower, Baltimore Orioles, a one-time World Series winner. Scott Sauerbeck from Pittsburgh, Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Indians. Bob Veal, 89 years old, from Pittsburgh and the Boston Red Sox. There's a lot of Red Sox on this list. Felix Mantilla, 90 years old, Milwaukee and the Boston Red Sox. Jeff Torborg, 83, Dodgers and California Angels. Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame Chicago Cub, second base, great player. One of the best second basemen of all time. Chet Lemon, the guy in the bottom corner near you, from the Detroit Tigers and Chicago White Sox, won a World Series. Davey Johnson, 82, won 2 World Series with the Baltimore Orioles. He also was with Atlanta. He was a manager of the Mets in 86. Dave Parker, 74, Hall of Famer. 2 times World Series, died from complications of Parkinson's disease. All I think of is We Are Family. What a great hitter he was. And of course, Boston left fielder Mike Greenwell, who had such a great career, but he took a lot of criticism because who he followed. You know, when you're following, you know, Ted Williams, Carl Yastrzemski, and Jim Rice, that's hard to follow. And he was actually a much better baseball player than he got credit for. Danny, welcome. Then there was one. And I saved the NHL for last because just the sheer star power on this team was, on this list is just, it's sad. Paul Gagne from the Colorado Rockies, Toronto. Bobby Russo from Montreal and the Rangers, 4-time Stanley Cup winner. NHL linesman Leon Stickle, 77 years old. Former Flyer and New Jersey Devil Mel Bridgman, 70. Roger Picard, 92, St. Louis. Michael Boland, 75, Philadelphia. Jacques Melot, from the Quebec Nordiques. Cam Brown from Vancouver died. He's 56 years old in a motorcycle collision. Lonnie Loach from the Kings, Ottawa, and Anaheim Ducks. Andre Champagne from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Phil Latrell from the Rangers. Mats Lind from Winnipeg. Mark Curtin from Toronto, Detroit, Vancouver. Wayne Thomas from Montreal, Toronto, and the Rangers. John Mizook from Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia. Lisa Brown Miller, 58 years old, American Olympic champion in 1998. Frank Caprice, Vancouver Canucks. Greg Millen, St. Louis Blues and Hartford Whalers goaltender. Ray Shero, executive for Pittsburgh and New Jersey. He has a Stanley Cup under his belt as an exec. 62 years old. Dick Cherry, 87 years old, from Philly and Boston. He is the brother of Don Cherry. Thomas Kluchek, Ranger, Nashville, and Atlanta Thrasher, died in a skiing accident, 45 years old.
Well,
Mark LaForest, Philadelphia, Detroit, Toronto. And I remember this guy, Dwight Forster from Detroit, Colorado Rockies, and the Boston Bruins. I used to like him as a player. He was one of my favorites on that team. And I still see like the little afro and everything. The beard. Dwight Forster. Guy Chouinard, Atlanta, Calgary. You know, so the Flames connection, he was part of that move. And I know the Bruins were there in Calgary the other night, and they paid tribute to him. So that was very recent. Jerry Willett, 86, from the Boston Bruins. I don't even know where to go from here. Alex Delvecchio, 93, Detroit Red Wing Hall of Famer, 3-time Stanley Cup winner. He was their captain. Ernie Perrant, the guy right in the middle, 80 years old, Hall of Fame goalie for Philadelphia, Toronto, and Boston, 2-time Stanley Cup winner. Eddie Jockerman, 86 years old, Hall of Fame goalie for the Rangers and the Detroit Red Wings. Ken Dryden, right underneath you in the corner, one of the best goaltenders ever, 78 years old, Hall of Fame from Montreal Canadiens. And look, it doesn't matter when you're that good. You just have to respect.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
One of the best goaltenders ever. 6-time Stanley Cup winner.
It's pretty good.
And then I have the guy right over here next to me, Lyndon Byers, Boston Bruins tough guy. But I don't think there was a hockey fan anywhere in New England that didn't love this guy. You play like that. You play tough, hard. Doesn't matter if you're, skilled or not. People respect the job that he did. And Lyndon Byers will certainly be missed. And that is the list.
Ron, thank you. Every year, it's always difficult. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank everyone that joined us live tonight. Danny, Dustin, Kenny, Willie, thank you guys for joining. Happy New Year to everybody, and hopefully we have an easier time of this next year.
I hope it's not like that.
But we always ask for one thing, and that's that we finally get peace.
Before we go
ahead.
I do want to say one more thing.
Sure.
And I did this the other day on Going On Daily, but I lost a friend, Corey Silva, who was a musician, and his band, The Portals, has a video on Rhode Island Broadcasting. So check that out. He was way too young. And of course, Danielle, one of my ex's kids, January of last year, she was shot and killed by her husband, who also killed the two kids. And that was hard to hear about. And just dedicating the show for those two people.
Well said, Ron. We'll end on that, my friend. Let's have peace on earth.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.